Hello and welcome back to NeoEnglish, your favorite podcast to learn practical English for talking about the news.
Today, our topic is a recent speech by King Charles in Canada, and why it's interesting that he didn't mention Donald Trump.
Don't worry if that sounds complicated. We'll explain everything in simple English, and by the end, you'll be able to talk about this news with your friends too.
Let's start by summarizing the news. King Charles visited Canada. During his speech, he talked about the importance of being strong and free at a critical moment.
Critical moment means this is a very important time. For example, a critical moment could be a big test at school or an important decision in your life.
Good example. King Charles also visited as a way to show respect to Canada's First Nations people, the original people of that land.
That's right. He even spoke about the Algonquin people. Canada's parliament was meeting on the land of the Algonquin people.
Let's pause to explain a phrase, paying respects. When you pay respects, you show honor or appreciation to someone. For example, you pay respects at a memorial service. Or, you pay respects by visiting older relatives on a holiday.
Perfect. Now, here's the interesting part. King Charles did not mention Donald Trump. Many people expected he might say something, but he did not.
Maybe you wonder, why does it matter? Sometimes, not saying something is also important. For instance, if everyone is talking about a famous person, and you are silent, people might notice your silence.
That's a good way to look at it. Let's go over some vocabulary and phrases from the story.
The first is critical moment. Remember, it means a very important time. You can use it like, this is a critical moment for our team.
Next is pay respects. It means to honor someone or a group. For example, the students paid respects to their teacher by giving her flowers. Or, people pay respects at the war memorial.
And First Nations people. This means the original people who lived in Canada before people from Europe arrived. For example, the First Nations people have many traditional stories. Or, we learned about the First Nations people in school.
Another phrase is a theme of the visit. A theme is a main subject or idea. For example, the theme of the party was superheroes. Or, the theme of the movie is friendship.
Next, let's try to tell this story in a different way to make sure everyone understands. King Charles went to Canada for a short visit. He talked about staying strong and free because things are very important now. He also showed honor to the First Nations people, especially the Algonquin people, because Canada's parliament is on their land.
The media noticed that King Charles did not talk about Donald Trump in his speech. Sometimes, what is not said is just as important as what is said.
Here's a little more about Parliament. Parliament is where the government meets and makes laws. In Canada, Parliament is like the Congress in the United States. For example, Parliament voted on a new law. Or, the Prime Minister spoke in Parliament.
Now let's recap the important words and phrases: critical moment, pay respects, First Nations people, theme, and Parliament.
Here is the story again using those words. King Charles visited Canada and, in this critical moment, told people to remain strong and free. He paid respects to the First Nations, especially the Algonquin people, as Parliament met on their land. The theme of the visit was respect and unity. He did not mention Donald Trump.
Great job listening. Practice using today's new words and phrases with your friends or in your notes.
If you don't want to miss our daily news lessons, remember to subscribe to NeoEnglish, your guide to practical English.
See you next time for more English and world news.
Bye, everyone.